Page 16, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. This is a fun piece. They say it's in the key of C major. Apparently we've had key signatures. Yay for us. Yeah, there's no sharps or flats. We're in the key of C major. Please, if you haven't yet, go do my scale video on C major. Learn the C major scale, 1 octave up and down. It's kind of important. In this piece, 4/4 time, let's talk about it. Because it got some tricky stuff going on. Things are getting trickier. The music's getting trickier. We're moving around more. In the right hand, at the beginning, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Can you see all that rhythm? Can you get all that rhythm? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then you have staccato in the next measure. You can light wrist if you want, or a finger, either one, I don't care. Whichever one you've been taught, that's the one you use. And then going on, third measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now remember, all of those are not staccato, just the first two. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and don't forget the rest. Up on the rest, quiet on the rest, play the rest. Second line, 1 and 2 and now second G's with the G, third finger. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now they're offering this finger for the second measure. It's a 2, and bring the thumb under. That's okay if you want to do that, it's not necessary. I often offer other fingerings for you to try out. Because you get all, I mean, it's not one fingering is right and everybody else is wrong. There's different ways of doing it. Some fingerings are better than others. I'm not judging how good it is. I'm going to offer a different one. And that is, we don't have to move here. You don't have to cross the thumb under. Just stay right where you're at. So in the first measure, you're starting out with little finger. It's fine. But then you put the G on it. And there, you're there. You don't have to move. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. The third finger, little finger on the B flat, 4. So I catch them all right here. I don't need to move. I don't understand why you'd want to move unless you just don't want to use your 4th and 5th fingers. But you have to do that sometimes, so I recommend you do that. And then you have a rest at the end. That gives you a chance to come back down like you were at the beginning. And then it's like it is at the beginning. Let's go to the last line on page 16. Starting out here, 2 and 3. So we've done this before. Now you do need to put the thumb under it here, because we got a D up here and we need that. There, so now, and then at the last measure you got to rest so you can move your hand up again. 17, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And we're up here, let's go down to the second line. Here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 4. And they're telling you to cross over. It's like in a C major scale. I mean, it's slightly different notes, but the feeling is the same. You're crossing over with third finger. Then you're going to lift up 1 and 2 and 3. I want to offer another fingering here because we don't need to cross over the thumb again. We don't need to. In the third measure, the second line, you're here. You have a new phrase. You're going to lift up between these phrases. I recommend you just put your 5th finger on the A. So here, come down 1. And now you're in position. And 2. And then at the next line, just crunch up a little bit and put your 5th finger on it. It's the end of a phrase. You can lift up, move. And here, and you don't have to cross over the thumb. I don't want to cross over the thumb anymore, and I have to. And then it's like it was at the beginning, sort of. The last line here, in the right hand, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then these quarter notes, 1 and 2 and 3. And they're telling you to move and put 1 5 on that. It's a wrist here. It's a staccato accent. Oomph. I suggest, to prepare you for the harder music coming on later, that for that last chord, instead of a 1 5, if you can, use a 2 5. The reason is because if I take the C and that E G together, it makes up a chord, and you're going to run into this chord. In fact, we can add a G, and that's the fingering for it. So why not just get it all here, just reach up and here. And that's what I'm encouraging you to try here. Now for the left hand for the most part has harmony and accompanying. Keep the left hand soft, because the melody's mostly in the right hand. We want to hear the melody. The melody is what it's all about. The melody rules. Everything there is for the melody. So don't have anything else competing with the melody. It supports the melody. So keep the left hand soft. At the beginning you have the C chord here. Put your hand in that position for the chord and you drop the hand. It's the same as with any chord. You just put your hand in the position for the note you need and you let the hand down. And the next measure here, it's a staccato, so you're going to bounce off the keys. Make it a short staccato. It's the same as in the right hand. It's the same length because you have a staccato there too. Third measure, whatever type of staccato you're using, in one hand do the same in the other. It makes it easier. That's pretty much it for the left hand there until you get to the bottom. The last couple measures, you have to come up and put your fourth finger on the G. And then top of page 17, you got to go back down. 1, 4. Then, or I should say 4, 1. Start with the bottom note. Then 3, 1. And then 2, 1. And then F natural is 3, 1 again. And then second line, they're telling you to move. Just come down 1 and put your thumb on the G. And then you're back the way you were at the beginning. So work it out one hand at a time to make sure you got the fingering and the staccato and all that working for you, and then try and put the hands together slowly. So we're here at the beginning. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and... Second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and... So I'm a big stickler on this one. I'm playing the rest. So when one hand plays something at some point, the other hand needs to come up. And sometimes. It's like in the second line. In the first measure, the left hand has a whole note, but nothing in the second measure. So when the right hand plays that F in the second measure, the left hand, the second line here, right on the quarter note F, the left hand's got to come up right there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right there. It comes up. And in the last measure of that line, second line, the right hand has a half note. So when the left hand plays that half note D, the right hand comes up right there. So watch out on these rests to make sure you're lifting the hands up at the right time. That's important. Let's go down to the last line on page 16. You're here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2. Top of page 17. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, we want to hear the right hand. Keep the left hand soft. Second line. 1, 2, 3. Again, keep the left hand soft. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Now we're back to where we were at the beginning then. Dynamic wise, it's loud at the beginning. That's the melody that's loud. These dynamics apply to the melody. You keep everything else soft. Keep it under it. You have to decide what loud is to you. It's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you're staying loud till you get to the bottom of page 16. And then you have a medium soft. So all of a sudden, because you ended loud and then soft, medium soft, sort of soft. That means the left hand has to come really soft. Until you get to the second line, and then it's medium loud there on that fourth note. That's the right hand. You can keep the left hand soft. Then at the end of that line, you got that crescendo arrow. You're going to go up to a loud. There's not a lot of difference between medium loud and loud. So if you want, you can start that crescendo, come down to about a medium soft, so you got more room to get louder. So that A in that third measure, about a medium soft, because the left hand's not doing anything. You be quiet. And then with each one, just get a little louder. And then you're loud. And the right hand, keep the left hand soft. So forth, all the way to the end. So you work out the dynamics and get those working for you. Now when you think you've got the notes and the rhythms and all correct, then try to play with me and double check it with you. So I'm going to give us 4 counts, and let's play this together very slowly just to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing the dynamics. I'll leave that up to you. I'm going to give us 4 counts. Let's try this out. Your hands, actually it's C position, aren't you? To start. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming you can find recordings of this. I'll give you an idea. I don't really want to play it all, but it's something like this, I think.